Hey guys, One24 here, continuing the mystery unboxing series where I am unboxing all the From the Vaults. The next one here is Legends. This is going to be the fourth video of the 5 I plan on doing at the moment. I'll probably get the next one next year, if and when they do it. So, here's the Legends. This is the first time it's actually done the inside with like a textured feel here, like it's the magic lettering here is raised a bit. So this is the first time they've done that. Didn't include artwork on this whole panel here. There's a little bit of artwork around here. This came out before Innistrad, which there's the Mikaeus the Lunarch, a legendary creature from the Innistrad set. That's in here, and we got a few other ones. This is all legendary creatures. And, of course, here's the back. We got some of the more famous ones. We have a few of the ones, I believe, from Portal 3 Kingdoms, actually, which was not actually printed in the U.S. It was only printed in Oceania, or Oceania, Japan, China, the Asian and Pacific Islands nations and countries. So you got a couple from Portal 3 Kingdoms and a few others from around the time, I believe. That one's from Conflux, and we have, of course, Innistrad, but we'll look at that later. And, of course, Rise of the Eldrazi. But, alright, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and undo the magnetic clasp there. Just pull out the box. I'm going to set this to the side. Alright. So, as with the rest of them, I'm going to go ahead and open up this little insert here, where it talks about the legends, and then we have the stories about the cards and which set they were printed in and everything else. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna refocus. Alright, so of course we got the 15 cards in little free 5-card packs, and we have a very nice gold spin down. It's really not focusing well lately. So we have a really nice Legends die here. I'm gonna put that with the other 3. They're definitely going to go in my dice bag when I'm done with this. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start out with the one on the right, and I'm going to, the one on the left, and I'm going to go to the one on the right, and I'm going to go to the one in the middle, just for putting them back in their purposes. And, the whole tab is missing from these. Anyway, we have Mikaeus the Lunarch, who originally came from, well, as I said earlier, he originally came from Innistrad, because this was printed before Innistrad was. And when he enters, he gets X +1/+1 counters based on whatever you put there. You can put a counter on him by tapping him, or you can tap him and remove a counter and put it on another creature. But he starts out as 0/0, so you've got to cast him for white plus at least 1 if you want to keep him around for a little while. So he's a second turn or after play. I'm going to go ahead and... oh wow. There's no pull tab at all, except for the back here, which is a bit strange, but okay. I can deal with that, I guess. Alright, so we've gone over him. I'm going to go ahead to the next one. Cao, Lord of Wei. I believe that's how you pronounce it anyway. And he came from Portal 3 Kingdoms. Legendary creature, human soldier. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Activate this ability only during your turn before attackers are declared. And this is a 3 colorless and 2 black mana legendary creature. Human soldier. Of course, a human cleric was the Mikaeus the Lunarch, or Mikaeus the Lunarch, excuse me. Then we have Captain Sisay from the Invasion block. As a green-white Is 2 colors, like green and a white, human soldier. You can tap to search your library for a legendary card, reveal that card, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. He's 2/2. And Cao, or Ko, Lord of Wei, is a 3/3. Alright. Now, next one. Doron the Siege Tower. Treefolk Shaman. He's a black, green, white. Just costs one of each. And then each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So when you attack with a 0 Doron, you're actually attacking for 5. It's a pretty nice card. Be pretty good for Commander, too. I want to say he was in one of the Commander sets, but I'm not certain. Let me definitely double check on that. Let's see here if my mouse is going to work today. We have Doron the Siege Tower. Nope, he was just in Lorwyn and in this set, so he's not in Commander, although he has colors of one of the box of Commander. Alright, last but not least from this 5-card pack, we have Kiki-Jiki Mirror Breaker, who initially came from Champions of Kamigawa. He's a Goblin Shaman. 3 red, 2 colorless. He's got haste, and you tap and put a token that's a copy of target non-legendary creature you control on the battlefield. That token has haste and sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. He's a 2/2, so this is a really nice card here. You can use his ability right off the bat from the start. And if you've got like a high-powered worm, you could give it haste, and you got like 2/7/7 worms or whatever attacking. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put these 5 back in here. I'm going to take out this pack and put this one back in temporarily. And we'll begin with Rafiq of the Many. 1 colorless, a green, white, and blue as well. Human Knight Exalted. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. This is great if you were going to do like an Exalted deck, which I think I might actually do an Exalted Commander deck because I have him now. I kind of want to do a green, white, blue one for a little while, and I now have the opportunity to. Now, I want to say he came from, he definitely came from Shards of Alara. So, that's a pretty neat one there. Pretty good, he's 3/3. Alright, now that I've covered him, I can go ahead and cover another one in a second. Okay. Of course, opening these is like a very fun, amazing thing. Alright, we have Rafiq of the Many. Kresh the Bloodbraided, who is from the Shards of Alara block. I can't remember what the asterisks mean on here. I think it means different art. Could be wrong, though. Okay, so he's 2 colors, a black, red, and a green legendary creature. I could definitely use him, too. Whenever another creature dies, you may put X +1/+1 counters on Kresh the Bloodbraided, where X is that creature's power. So, that's a pretty nice card there. Shiny, too. That's really, really good. Yeah, I went over everything with him. Then we have Omnath, Locus of Mana. Legendary creature, elemental, came from Worldwake. Green mana doesn't empty from your mana pool as steps and phases end. Omnath, Locus of Mana gets +1/+1 for each green mana in your mana pool. And it's 2 colorless, 1 green. Is 1/1. Now, of course, what this means is, if you have a couple forests left over, since it doesn't leave with every step and phase, I believe every time you use green mana, it doesn't leave, and you can just keep using more and more green mana. I think that's what it means, but I'm not entirely certain. So I will have to look up the rulings on that. Actually, I could do that right now. See if it tells me what all I can do with him. Yeah, pretty much. You can add green mana to your mana pool during one step or phase, and you can spend it during a later step or phase, or even a later turn. Other types of mana will continue to empty from your mana pool as each step and phase ends. So essentially, at the end of each turn, you can tap your forests and keep that green mana until your next turn. But if you use it, then it's used still. Alright, Una, Queen of the Fae. This is a fairy wizard with three colors and either blue-black, blue-black, or blue-black. Well, with those three there, you can use either blue or black to cast. So you could use 3 blue, 3 black, 2 blue and a black, 2 black and a blue, 1 blue, all that nice stuff. You can either use blue or black in place of either of those symbols. And this one is from Shadowmoor. We have legendary creature fairy wizard, 5/5, flying X, and you pay X colorless and a blue or a black. You choose a color. Target opponent exiles the top X cards of his or her library. For each card of those chosen color exile this way, put a 1/1 blue and black fairy rogue creature token with flying onto the battlefield. That looks like a pretty good commander too. You just think that would be a blue-black commander. Cool. Progenitus. Legendary creature Hydra avatar. It's 10/10. It's 2 white, 2 blue, 2 black, 2 red, and 2 green. And, let me see if I can find him on here. Yep, he's from Conflux. I figured he was from Conflux when all the mana collided on the 5 shards of Alara as Alara was reborn. It's got protection from everything. If it would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Progenitus and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. Alright, that's a pretty nice card there. It'd be hard to do like a 5-color commander deck, but if you happen to have him, I wish you luck, and please let me know how you made a 5-color commander deck using him, or what kind of deck you did with it. Alright, so before I open the last pack in this one, we have Visara the Dreadful from Onslaught. It's 3 colorless, 3 black, legendary creature is Gorgon. It's flying, and then you tap destroy target creature, it can't be regenerated. And it's a 5/5. Gorgons, if you don't know, pretty much like if you look at them, you turn to stone in a way, so that's like a pretty interesting card there. There we go. That was a nice, clean open, just almost. Okay. So we've gone over her. The next one is Sharum the Hegemon. 3 colorless, a white, a blue, and a black. Legendary artifact creature Sphinx. Flying, and when Sharum the Hegemon enters the battlefield, you may return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a 5/5. Sphinx, a Sphinx legendary artifact creature. And this one is from Shards of Alara. Looks like a lot of them are from Shards of Alara, because I don't know if they were trying to build this for Commander so you can have multiple color ones or what, but this is a pretty neat set here. Alright, now we got Sun Quan, Lord of Wu, and he is from Portal 3 Kingdoms. Legendary creature, human soldier. Creatures you control have horsemanship. They can't be blocked except by creatures with horsemanship. This would be a very interesting blue commander deck, but I don't know if he's actually legal in Commander, come to think of it. I'll have to look up that later, but like this would be like a complete and total unblockable blue deck. A total unblockable blue commander deck if you had him as your legendary creature. So that's pretty cool. It's 4 colorless, 2 blue, human soldier. Alright. Now we have Teferi, Mage of Jalfir, something like that. Some of these names are really hard to pronounce. He came from Time Spiral. Alright, he's a legendary creature, human wizard. He's got flash. Creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield have flash. Each opponent can cast spells only anytime he or she could cast a sorcery. And it's a 2 colorless and 3 blue, 3/4 legendary creature that's a human wizard. Now, the last card here is Ulamog the Infinite Gyre, 11 colorless mana. Legendary creature, Eldrazi type. It's 10/10. Whenever you cast Ulamog the Infinite Gyre, destroy target permanent. And of course, he's from Rise of the Eldrazi, by the way. So, whenever you cast him, you destroy target permanent. Annihilator 4, when this creature attacks defending player, sacrifices 4 permanents. He's indestructible. And when he's put into a graveyard from anywhere, its owner shuffles his or her graveyard into his or her library. So that is a very impressive array of legendary creatures. Definitely impressed with these. So, next up we have Realms, which is the last video in the series.